My savage. Moneymane in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Moneymane. You already know my savage.
They doubted me, but time and time it was always perfect. Yeah, it's bigger than football. Started as prime son, now I'm out the shadow. Walk through the fire, now I lead with bravado. Cleveland lights bright, wrists on freeze. QB1 now, got the whole league on its knees. They called it hype, but I called it work. From Boulder to the Browns, had to prove my worth. Chains on heavy, but my focus precise. Ice in my veins, go hard under ice. I'm legendary, written in stone. Came from the two, now I sit on the throne. Ice on my wrist, but I stay in the zone. Got it out the mud, now I built it alone. Legendary, watch me go. Terminate like it's a gift I show.
Appreciate you, Teresa. For that sub. Get that like button, subscribe, and tell your friend about that Moneymane. You already know we live at Camp. Let it ride.
They believe me.
Hey. Yup.
Believe me.
We live right now.
Ain't just Dion's boy. I'm the dream redefined. Put my head down, now I'm leading my time. All that talk, let the stats reply. Now I'm throwing flames under Cleveland sky. 12 on my back, but I'm 10 toes down. Flash on the field, still humble in town. AP bust, chain on frost, but my grind stay sharp. I don't care what it costs. Gosh, I'm legendary, written in stone. Came from the two, now I sit on the throne. Ice on my wrist, but I stay in the zone. Got it out the mud, now I built it alone. Legendary, watch me go. Terminate luck, it's a gift I show.
What's going on?
This for the ones who said I was just a name. Now every city chanting mine, ain't that insane? This ain't luck, this was written in flames. Legendary, ain't made its claim. Legendary like father, like son. But this my run, I'm the chosen one. Cleveland colors, ice on gold.
What up, Ken? What's going on?
This story's told.
We live out here at Browns Camp. Everybody here probably being somebody else live. It's cool though. We still gonna be on here. Appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about the Moneymane. You already know. I tried to get on fast as I could, man. I tried to get on as fast as I could. Go private back. Shallow, the money run. Bucky on pregame show. The pregame network. I don't know if they out there or not. Hold on, give me a sec. Don't look like it. Hold on, let me see.
Hold on, something happened. I'm trying to switch back. You got to stay right here. Yeah, I was about to talk about it, but what we doing today? We live at the Brown camp right now. I was trying to get back as fast as possible because I was gonna play Shedeur press conference and Kevin what he said. Going through the metaverse. Going on, Miss Brown, Amber? How y'all doing, Miss Pamela? You welcome here. That's all. Teresa, how you doing? Kevin full of hot air. Look here, GG. I watched everything this time. That dude there, he would not answer a question about Shedeur, man. Straight up. He won't give a straight up answer. What's going on, Mr. Rod? Yeah, he always positive. That's why I say he can't get rattled. He human though, but he don't get rattled easy. Hold on, give me a second. Mary Kate finally said something positive. Oh, Kenny Pickett running with the second team. I'm telling you, he gone. You heard him. You can hear it, DG.
Come to life right here on the practice field where he's plenty fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's got enough scoot. I mean, he's plenty elusive. And he ran for a lot of yards in pit, too.
Yeah, we saw it last year. Joe Burrow, who they said wasn't much of a runner, go first SEC Offensive Player of the Year.
Durability will be – he's a smaller dude, and so that's part of it. But, yeah, he didn't play much in the Ohio State game, and they obviously felt the brunt of that. Bernie, I was going to ask you about because one of the weaknesses on this team, I think, Nathan and I talked about, we ranked the position groups. Like Jerry Jeudy at the top, very, very strong, but then that room needs a lot of guys to really step up. But could the solution to that also come from the tight end room and more of a focus on David Moore and now Harold Fannin, who could play in the slot a lot? Does it matter where it comes from, I guess?
So the short answer, and not in the spirit of being a homer, is absolutely you could create stuff like this. And in the great words of my awesome mentor, Gary Danielson, who's still announcing
still
college
good, by the way.
games and stuff, Gary Danielson said that you can stay regularly. Thou does not have to go to 4 and 5 receivers on 3rd down and 2nd and long. So we have success with multiple tight ends. I actually think doing multiple tight ends on 2nd and long, 3rd and mediums, 3rd and shorts for sure should be part of our game plan.
They try to get them in that base defense and then take advantage of that 3rd linebacker. So going to the 2nd team now, that was a blown up screen there. The D was all over. This is the first time we've seen this. Kenny Pickett working with the 2nd team in these 11-on-11 periods.
I heard it.
Little run to the right side and a nice bounce out there from the undrafted free agent Marshall.
And they pick it running with the 2nd team.
3 days, who knows, compared to how little work we get to put in now. But how cognizant were you guys of, you hear that old line about taking care of each other, your teammates? Like, was that something that was even discussed in your era?
Well,
you kind of tried to discuss it if you were a wily veteran who could be a dictator. Basically, it was preservation. Yeah. And so much of there were so many guys on the team that were vying for spots and it wasn't guaranteed contracts. So it was kind of kill or be killed, to make the team.
Had to be gladiators, man. It was just crazy, like this.
Brutal.
What we know now compared to the way that it was done for so long.
By the way, speaking of right now, we have not gotten a pass off yet. Joe Flacco right there flushed out. Joe Tryon, Troy Inc. Adam Sack ended up tossing it to the ball boys in one of those beautiful looking bucket hats for the season here. Yep. Very nice looking bucket hats this year. But this Browns defensive front is going.
But that's why I wanted to play here.
It's going to be a problem. But this isn't. It's a good offensive line right now. And that pressure coming off of the right side of that offensive line. Is Kenny Pickett? Is it Pickett back in there with the 2s? Yeah. So this is the first time we've seen that, a sequence of 1s and 2s only, and only the veteran quarterbacks here, and see if maybe Pickett can get something going. Try to run the outside. Jerome Baker had that one well sniffed out, the veteran who's going to have to play a big role now in light of the retirement of Jordan Hicks and the fact that obviously Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah will be unavailable this year.
I'm digressing back to your question about did we take care of ourselves in the old day. In one respect, it reminds me of the stories. I'm looking at the goalpost. Typically at first when I came in, I wasn't the starting quarterback. Gary Danielson was, so I'm the backup quarterback. So the backup quarterback typically in that day was the holder and stuff. If I massively improve at holding, I will then suck. I'm so bad at it. Okay, so I did not want to do that. Okay, so Matt Barr is our kicker, and he's good. So I don't want to hold for him and get hurt. So we have the backup kicker coming. I pull a Charlie Brown Lucy. I pull it out. Home slice pulls his hammy.
Oh no!
He goes on IR for 2 weeks. He was going to get whacked because Barr was going to be the kicker. So he loved me because he got 2 months of salary.
2 months of salary
and an accredited season.
That's nice. That's nice.
2s out there. Good pressure from McGuire and Ryan. That's what you talk about. Just waves on this defensive line.
It has to be, Z.
It's got to be. They're going to have to be
success.
Suffocating.
Yeah, for us to have success, that front and that back end has got to be among the very best in the sport. It really does.
Pickett did a good job right there, flushing out to the right, finding Luke Flory on a little comebacker. And that was probably the first positive pass play we've had.
And his coach is on with us. They're not in pads. What do you call them? Spiders, shells, spiders, something like that. Kind of like a more of a lightweight shoulder pad situation. So that's where, and you get a little bit of physicality with this. I mean, you're grabbing and you're pushing and shoving and stuff. So you get a little bit of that before you ramp up to full contact next week.
It's definitely more physical than we've seen at this portion of training camp in the last few years. I know they're taking care of each other. They're not going to the ground, but people are going hard and people end up on the ground in those situations right there. Pierre Strong ended up on the ground at the end of that toss play. And that reminds me I haven't seen us run the tosses quite like that. Bernie, it reminds me of when Kyle Shanahan was here in 2014, and he uses the toss in zone still. It's still the zone concept, but he just wants to get the ball to the back as quick as possible. The flow.
Yeah, and it's not the old school, student body, right? It's actually like a quick screen. We actually call it boss, back on strong safety support. It's kind of a zone read where the fullback, H-back, come back and take out the secondary support, which should be the strong safety.
So that was a keeper there. Kenny Pickett with the play action. What the Browns called those play action boots. It was a play fake on a run to the right. Keeps it back to the left. He's running left, flips his hips. Had a one-on-one down the field for Caden Davis, but good coverage again, and that one was almost picked off.
Looks like Dylan Gabriel going to get this rep here with the ones.
So Dylan Gabriel now with the ones. Yeah,
Wyatt,
that's the one
Joel,
defense.
That's the ones. It's the one offense. So Dylan was going to go with the ones against the one defense. This is a massive opportunity for him.
So it's some of the one defense. It's Greg Newsome and it's MJ, but it's some of the backup linebackers, some of the starters on the line. But
it's
Denzel. It's the one corners.
Yeah.
Gabriel looking, flushed out, and that would have been probably another sack again. This right now.
This isn't fair up front.
It is not fair. It is defensive domination. And now that one is more concerning to me because that's Cam Thomas. It's Mason Graham. So it is, but and Miles. So that's their Cam Thomas is in opposite Miles, but it's 3 of the 4 starters there. Starters at cornerback as well. And it looks like your backup safeties and backup linebackers.
Yeah.
Hey, so this is half levity, okay, and half seriousness to Nathan said earlier about our offensive bias here. And I love Coach Schwartz, but I'm old enough to be on some staffs where he was on back in the day here in the 90s. And when the defensive linemen in these early stages of training camp, when we didn't have pads on, used to drive.
We can't see behind closed though, but what we do
the defense,
they rush, they stand up like trees, and we can't chop them down like we're going to prevail
at the end of the day.
Another one for Dylan.
Browns or not.
Center.
I don't know what's going to happen.
That's a run play, and out the other side was Pierre Strong. He's got some acceleration, and right now you'd say for Pierre Strong, once after the draft,
if they want to trade,
okay, probably a long shot, but where we are right now, he has an opportunity, to really try to seize a role on this football team because of the uncertainty in that position. And that's a position that we can't really afford uncertainty. That's going to be such a huge part of our identity, Bernie. You talked about getting under center, being able to run the ball. If you're going to be a team that's going to win by playing good defense, being mistake-free on offense, running, and then using that play action to hit shots where they are available, you got to be able to run it first.
Yeah, high school, colleges, and even pro teams, and you've seen this at the beginning of the first 2 practices when you see people report on what's been happening offensively, and you hear all the illegal procedure, couple drop snaps. For the fans out there, don't lose your mind. That happens at the beginning of training camp. And because we were mostly, and most teams have been shotgun most of their life, to go to under center, you're going to have some of those issues here in camp. So to get them out of our system now and to stay with them, because during the season, you're going to need the under center snap exchanges.
Oh, that was a nice play there. A little kind of a fake run, and they turned around and tossed it on a reverse to Caden Davis. Now, Shedeur's in there, and this is the 3s. This is Shedeur with the 3s, and hopefully that line can do a lot better for him.
in on this. Baker's in on this at linebacker.
Good. Swessinger needs all the reps he can get. Shotgun to Shedeur, looking quick on a quick out, complete to the sideline there to Luke Floria, who has been pretty much the one guy that's been able to get the football.
He's been the one
in this session.
Well, I thought he was in with the
decisive. How important is that, Bernie, coming into the National Football League from the college game where the windows close quicker? The time to throw is significantly quicker to be decisive, like Shedeur was on that play.
Yeah, and a lot of high school and college kids don't have the anticipation. They throw in high school and college to open receivers because they tend to be wide open and stuff. What I was impressed with Shedeur in film study, even before the draft, was his anticipation. I didn't have that early anticipation till my 2nd or 3rd year in the NFL. To be able to let it go early like he did in college and then know where to go with it is impressive.
A lot of people talk about that line at Colorado.
Yeah.
And it probably can lead to some bad habits.
Yes.
But it can also lead probably to some good habits where you know that if I get the look that I want, and I know what they're doing, and I know where I'm supposed to go with the ball, and I have to read this one player, and that determines where the ball goes, which is a lot of what these offenses are. That probably gets you in some good habits knowing I got to get this ball out.
Yeah, and it makes you accelerate your game. It makes you be a lot more resourceful. And then, again, it calls you out right away. If you can't stay calm, if your feet are moving, if you got happy feet, if you're patting the baby, all those little signs that come up, He's not doing any of those.
That's what I'm doing, Bernie. A lot of burping the baby. A lot of burping the baby right there. That was a play action keeper right there. Shedeur with a good job getting out to the tight end, Brendan Bates, and that was a smoother operation there all around.
Yeah, it really was. We will continue to paint the pictures of training camp day number 3 on the other side of this quick timeout. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland.
Hey, but look, they gonna have to get on some rep with the one, man. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing this. Let's see, can we fit this in real quick?
All of us keep getting asked the same question, and none of us have the answer. So maybe you could give us the answer. Why aren't you getting any reps?
Can y'all hear that?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, it's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So
they low. That them. I got it pulled up, but I started it at the beginning though.
Yeah, for sure. It's a respect thing. I know a lot of people want the content. I know I'm a producer, so
Can y'all hear that?
I never want to make anybody feel, any type of way about anything. So it was important that he gets everything he needs to say out, and everybody captures what he has. And then now, I'm here.
Shedeur, how do you maximize? I know the reps are being divided up between 4. How do you maximize the time when you're not getting the reps? What do you do to kind of take advantage of that?
I'll say just have a deeper level of understanding, because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I gotta maximize it. So that's something you have to change in the mentality standpoint, and the mental standpoint is okay. I just got to think about what I could do to get better, even if I'm not getting reps, and it's no problem.
Some of you guys have talked about the mental intensity that they want to have at training camp these first 2 days and going into the third. What's your mindset, and how are you approaching that intensity?
I would say just learning. Every day, of course, I'm learning different things because I know the opportunity will come. And whenever it comes, I want to be able to know the ins and outs and know the full everything. So I don't want to really make too many mistakes when it's my time.
Where do you feel like you're getting the most comfortable, coming back from mini camp and the first couple of days of the training camp?
I'll say definitely the playbook. Yeah, I'm getting super comfortable in the playbook for sure, and it's helping me out, overall in the field.
I know you guys are a little short on bodies here with pass catchers. Like watching you yesterday, early part of practice, and sometimes you're throwing to some of the equipment guys. Like, how do you maximize those opportunities even when it's not a pass catcher that's going to be on the roster?
It doesn't really faze me. You gotta understand, we came all the way from HBCU to Power 5, and then now we're here. So at this point, if you look around, there's nothing, that's a challenge, I'd say.
How are you approaching the four-man competition as you get to training camp, as you get closer to preseason and then week 1?
I'm focused on doing me. I'm focused on learning what I need to learn. That's simply it.
Are you thinking about winning that job for week 1?
I don't think nobody in this organization is here if they're not trying to win. Honestly, I think, they're trying to win who gives out the best water and Gatorades out here. So it's definitely a competition in everything in life. It's so many cameras out here. It's definitely competition with content, obviously, too. So I think everything in life boils down to competition.
Shedeur, you've been a star for your entire life. So how difficult is it to be patient and you said waiting for your turn?
I'll say it's different phases in life. Different things in life you have to go through, and that's all it is. I'll say for me, it's building blocks. Sometimes I always had to get overly prepared and had to worry about a lot of different things just from my youth to high school to college, and I never had a chance.
But
to,
GG, everybody
sit
learning the
back and
playbook.
learn more in depth of everything. So I was always thrown in the fire, and I always exceeded expectations. So
yesterday, Andrew Berry mentioned that
speeding, huh?
that he thought it wasn't smart. I figured somebody had asked it. So,
Yeah.
So he said that it wasn't smart. He said he talked to you. He said Kevin said he also talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, what did you learn from that incident?
Yeah, I definitely learned not to drive fast at all. So I really don't even drive like that much anymore. But I really don't drive fast at all. So I definitely follow the rules, and I hope everybody learn from my situation. That not drive fast at all.
Yesterday was a long, hot day. Your red zone.
They got a long break over here.
How frustrating was it? Those 4 reps you had at the end.
Nah, this is the thing. I don't never take anything as.
I know GG, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people gonna say a lot of different stuff, but they ain't actually in the room. Because when Mary Kay said that, I said, how do she know? Like, are you in the quarterback room? Are you in the meeting room when they going over the plays and breaking down the film? And Shedeur don't know what he doing. Other than that, you ain't been in there, so you ain't got no room to say nothing. Because clearly, if I'm seeing 77% completion percentage in OTAs and rookie mini camp, that means he knows something. He got to know the playbook. That's what I'm saying. But going on, bitch, Nat, riding the Jefferson, going on. You throwing the ball to third string the whole time. But they got a long break right here, boy, on the Cleveland Brown. I'm trying to get back. They got a long break. But you throwing the ball to threes and getting 77%. I don't care who the defense is. They still got to catch the ball. But like I said, if he don't get an opportunity to run with the ones, trade this man and get him away from this circus. Because it would never was, like G. Bush said, it never was a quarterback competition. All right, we back. Hold on.
That was fun, man. 11 on 11s. How? And this was, you mentioned this while it was happening. First time that we had seen Flacco with the 1s in that.
Yep.
Pickett went second. Then Gabriel got some 1s versus mostly 1s. And then Shedeur at the end got some 3s. And then there were a couple of 1s in at linebacker as well. So really a long look at all of the quarterbacks and the offense. And I would be kidding, and it would be not truthful for me to say it went anything other than not great offensively.
No, it did not. It was dominated by the defensive lines up there. Now they're in an 11-on-11 period that's just kind of walk-through pace. They're just getting looks and walking through. The quarterbacks aren't throwing the ball or doing some of the pointing and whatnot as they continue to ramp up here before the pads come on next week. No, that was definitely dominated by the defensive front in particular. In fact, I don't know if Flacco or Pickett were really able to get a lot of passes off there. Gabriel was not, and then Shedeur at the end got a couple of quick hitters that he executed well against the threes. But, kind of going back to it, unless things change right now, I think you're looking at, as we always said, Pickett or Flacco are going to start at the beginning, and it feels like Gabriel is going to get currently more opportunities, and Shedeur really has not gotten opportunities to showcase himself outside of being with the threes. And so
sure,
if that doesn't change, then you can go ahead and say he is not going to be, you could definitively say he's not going to get an opportunity to be the starter early in this football season. But we'll see how this thing evolves as it goes on. That's what I think is going to be more interesting, where it starts and then what it evolves to at that position.
Well, also, my goodness, you think about,
Kevin,
we only get to see him for this little time that they're on the field, but it's an all-day evaluation.
Of course, and the meeting rooms are so
all
important.
Of that stuff. And when Kevin was with us and he was telling us about everyone in that room, these 4 guys, him, Bill, Tommy, Deshaun, it's a massive room of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
With a lot of experience and offensive minds with a lot of experience.
Yeah, they've all played the position.
All I'm saying is it ain't no quarterback competition.
Tommy obviously in college, and Bill Musgrave making it to the national.
They're not giving him a chance.
The rest of them. So there is a lot of knowledge. Bernie, what goes on in those quarterback rooms? You're going to have this practice, right? You're going to go in there. You're going to watch the film together. What is that like?
Yeah, you know what? I was, as you were saying that, I was kind of reflecting back on an interview I saw Joe Flacco a week or two ago, maybe it was a month ago, but he was talking about asking, are you a mentor to the young quarterbacks in there? And he didn't say I'm a mentor. Matter of fact, he said, no, I'm not a mentor.
Yeah, Kevin, he
for
always
quarterbacks and for people out there
every
listening,
do a question.
if you're in that room and you're a young
he always say the same
just
thing, and then he asks Shedeur doing good.
He is mentoring by how he conducts himself, how he threw that fade against Denzel to Judy, how he's going to talk to Coach Musgraves and Coach Reeves afterwards when they all watch that play together.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The younger quarterbacks to watch how he's handled himself, and even Kenny Pickett as a veteran to be able to be around Joe Flacco. This is enormously positive for the young guys.
Y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friend about that Moneymane. You already know we live from the Browns training camp right now. We got Bone and Cold Guard and Nathan,
and then you'd be able to immediately go in and watch your reps on film. Was it that quick?
No, matter of fact, the jealousy today of the way. I mean, I used to run down a faxed copy of of the pre-snap alignment of the defense, and I thought that was the greatest thing since Christmas morning. Okay, so let alone to have a laptop of your plays or to immediately go in after the film, after practice, and not need, I'm going to really show my age, not need the splicer for the 8mm to cut it up would be really helpful.
Bernie, you mentioned you get nostalgia. There's a couple of guys out there in the bright orange cleats, and I just can't help but think of Webster Slaughter. Spray painting up those cleats, that bright orange. I see some of those out there, buddy, man.
I digress, but those beautiful orange cleats who I used to love throwing a fade to Webster Lange going for touchdowns on it. But I remember the first time in old Municipal Stadium with that little box locker room in there, and these guys are like in there with all their spray paint cans an hour before the game, buzzing away like we're buzzed on paint spray in this thing. Like, come on, cut me some slack.
That's right. Have the decency to do that outdoors.
No, they weren't. Nike wasn't making them. You had to make them yourself.
This is right in the showers. Okay. It was doubled as our locker.
KD, what's going on?
That's great.
In between
MRIs. Going on.
Right. This is good. That's great.
Little special teams to wrap things up here.
That's it, gentlemen.
That's
about
wrap.
45 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
Not even.
What a time to be alive. This was great. Bernie, this was so much fun, man.
They done? They just started.
And it was great to paint the pictures. These are some of our favorite shows all year. Are these camp shows we're able to watch and see?
They just started an hour ago.
We're gonna get Training Camp Insider right after this, Bernie and I. So
there you go.
Be on the lookout.
You have that to look forward to, which is nice. You also have the next level, which starts momentarily. Thanks for listening, everybody. Cleveland Runs Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.
They was only out there an hour. They tripping. Man, look here. When I tell you, look here. I don't understand, man. Like, not even one rep. Not even one. With the fans out there. Nah, the young one out there. Like, I ain't lost for word because they've been doing this. Man, Carl, they in the NFL. I don't care who you playing against. You play to win. You are in the NFL. You don't play to lose. You play to win. I don't care if you so scared of your opponent. That means you need to make your team better. Not waiting a whole another year to try to make your team better. You think you're gonna make your team better. I have no idea where his day be tomorrow. I have no idea. They had a longer press conference than practice. You right, DJ. They was out there at the press conference longer than they was at practice. I don't think gonna make it. I don't know. I don't know if Dion want to come out there. I know you want to come out there for Shedeur, but the deal with all that other stuff, I don't know. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with it. 12 need to get a rep. It can't be a fair evaluation, Mr. Johnson. That we should do, man. And we can't see that they treating Shedeur as a stepchild. Exactly. Because I told y'all, they didn't want him. He was their punishment. They had to draft Shedeur. Hold on. So you tell me, you got all them fans out there, and y'all practice for an hour? Them fans better be getting autographs. How they hands tied? How they hands tied because of Dion? Dion ain't got nothing to do with the organization. If you scared of another man that ain't even a part of the organization, it's a problem with you. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be scared of Dion when he ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on over here. He doesn't want to go to the NFL to coach. So I'm not worried about my job. I don't get what you scared of. Ain't no hands tied. Man, look here. Flacco can't be developed no more. Kenny Pickett, on his last year of his rookie contract, the Browns did not pick up his 5th-year option. This is his 3rd team he done been on. Dylan Gabriel only visited one team for a 30 visit, which was the Cleveland Browns, and didn't nobody have him projected higher than the 5th round, but the Browns. 2-2 making 4. Shedeur was the punishment. They had to draft Shedeur. They ain't want him. They had to draft him. I don't see how he the coach favorite. I don't see how. He running with the tools now. They had Joe Flacco running with the ones. Kenny Pickett was running with the tools. They're back on showing fan. I was still on the other line. What, they ain't live? Where they at? What they on? That's the wrong thing they should be doing, showing fans. I bet they ain't gonna walk up to nobody with a 12 jersey on. I don't see it, Miss Chantel. I got all these tabs on. I tell you, I don't know what they looking at. They trying to get another Sam Darnold, man. He's showing he would not be present to give him Shedeur a rep with the one. All of their game getting better, and Shedeur still not getting a chance. Like I was gonna say, Shedeur mentioned it in the interview right here. We're gonna start it over. We won't see him play this year, period. But next year we shot the world. I already said we got to get ready for year 2, the way the Browns moving. But I said with this training camp, if he don't start getting reps with the ones, he definitely not starting week 1. But it never was a quarterback competition. That's what G. Bush was talking about. He went out there yesterday, and he did his live, and he was exactly right. You can't have a quarterback competition, say it's a quarterback competition, when all the quarterbacks ain't competing. Oh my goodness, where Amber's at? I missed it. Y'all, they are not playing to surprise me. Play what lights you do it, please. You that fantasy in your head. I already knew what was up.
And I'm excited, to be a part of this team. Yeah, for sure. It's a respect thing. I know a lot of people want the content. I know I'm a producer, so I never want to make anybody feel, any type of way about anything. So it was important that he gets everything he needs to say out and everybody captures what he has. And then now, I'm here.
Shedeur, how do you maximize? I know the reps are being divided up between four. How do you maximize the time when you're not getting the reps? What do you?
Florence, I don't know where you heard it.
I'll say just have a deeper level of understanding, because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I gotta maximize it. So that's something you have to change in the mentality standpoint and the mental standpoint is okay. I just got to think about what I could do to get better, even if I'm not getting reps in. It's no problem.
So you guys have talked about the mental intensity that they want to have at training camp these first 2 days and going into the third. What's your mindset and how are you approaching that intensity?
I would say just learning. Every day, of course, I'm learning different things because I know the opportunity will come. And whenever it comes, I want to be able to know the ins and outs and know the full everything. So I don't want to really make too many mistakes when it's my time.
What do you feel like you're getting the most comfortable coming back from mini camp and the first couple of days of training camp?
I'll say definitely the playbook. Yeah, I'm getting super comfortable in the playbook for sure, and it's helping me out, overall in the field.
I know you guys are a little short on bodies here with pass catchers. Like watching you yesterday, early part of practice, and sometimes you're throwing to some of the equipment guys. Like how do you?
His mindset straight.
Opportunities even when it's not a pass catcher that's going to be on the roster.
It doesn't really faze me. You gotta understand, we came all the way from HBCU to Power 5, and then now we're here. So at this point, if you look around, there's nothing, that's a challenge, I'd say.
How are you approaching the four-man competition as you get to training camp, as you get closer to preseason and then week one?
I'm focused on doing me. I'm focused on learning what I need to learn. That's simply it.
Are you thinking about winning that job for week one?
I don't think nobody in this organization is here if they're not trying to win. Honestly, I think, they're trying to win who gives out the best water and Gatorades out here. So it's definitely a competition.
There's a lot of them that ain't trying to win.
It's so many cameras out here. It's definitely competition with content, obviously, too. So I think everything in life boils down to competition.
Shedeur, you've been a star for your entire life. So how difficult is it to be patient and you said waiting for your turn?
I'll say it's different phases in life. Different things in life you have to go through, and that's all it is. I'll say for me, it's building blocks. Sometimes I always had to get overly prepared and had to worry about a lot of different things, just from my youth to high school to college, and I never had a chance to, I'll say, sit back and learn more in depth of everything. So I was always thrown in the fire, and I always exceeded expectations. So
yesterday,
speeding, huh?
That he thought it wasn't smart. I figured somebody had to ask him.
Yeah.
So he said that it wasn't smart. He said he talked to you. He said Kevin said he also talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, what did you learn from that incident?
Yeah, I definitely learned not to drive fast at all. So I really don't even drive like that much anymore. But I really don't drive fast at all. So I definitely follow the rules, and I hope everybody learn from my situation. That not drive fast at all.
Yesterday was a long, hot day. Your red zone period looked a little frustrating. How frustrating was it? Reps you had at the end.
Nah, this is the thing. I don't never take anything as frustrating because I know everybody tries their best. So like even throughout everything in college and everything, I was never frustrated ever at teammates, at everybody, because I know everybody's going out there doing their best. So if you're doing your best and you tell me, you look me in the eye and tell me you're doing your best, I know I'm out here trying to do my best. I know I make mistakes. I know you make mistakes. So it's like, why would I be mad? We all in similar situations. So that doesn't really frustrate me at all. It doesn't frustrate me. Being able to have an opportunity we have days on days on days and days, and just the relationships, and you could look at somebody in the eye and be like, my bad, bro. Like that's what it was. I'm like, all good, it's no problem. Because who knows how much time everybody has to spend together. It's about relationships overall. So I don't want any memories of me, being negative or being mad at any situation that happened.
Shedeur, last time we saw you out in public, you were at the Rainbow Terrace event, and you were really embedded in the community, but you've done so much of that since you've been here in this short time. Why was it important for you to be there and just be doing all the things that you've been doing?
Well, I say it's definitely it's something I feel like God put me here to do, regardless of whatever the situation is here. The fact I'm able to bring light to the community, to different situations, that's of course my calling. So yeah, I'm just excited that one decision and one thought is able to impact so many lives and have people remember that. So that's kind of like how I go about things. Nothing's ever like, I say pre-planned or well thought out plan. Like it's none of that. It's okay. I've one thought. All right, let's do it. Like, and then that's just how it goes.
Shedeur, I know you said you're trying to maximize those reps, and the fact of the matter is, like, it's probably like the fewest amount of practice reps you're getting, like maybe in your whole football career. Like, I'm curious, can you kind of take me inside? What does before practice look like? What does after practice look like? You talked about the virtual virtual reality. Are you spending more?
Look here, Mary Kay and Tony G. It's like they were just tag teaming. Hey, I'm gonna ask a question. You ask a question. You gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask a question. I ain't really heard nobody else besides ask good questions. They wanted to know what they want to go write an article about, which you do. But I tell you one thing, we're gonna take a look at Kevin Stefanski interview too after this. I ain't gonna lie, Mary Kay did ask him some good questions. The head coach, she did ask the head coach some good questions. JLC cleared that check, big endorsement, and I bet he going eating it too.
Time of doing it. Kind of just take me into what that preparation.
Yeah, that horn is sick. My fault, bro. I don't know who cries the golf.
Lizard lick torn.
Are they fixing that? Because it's throwing me off my thought process. Yeah.
Hey,
interrupting, man. Y'all can cut that. It don't matter, man.
Yeah, but just what is like before
No,
practice,
that
after practice look like? To make
he
sure
a threat.
Yeah. See, it ain't me. It ain't me doing that. I don't know what it is. All right, I guess they busy right now. Before practice, of course, is jotting down all the plays, and it starts the night before, of course. But training camp, you get a lot of different plays each day, and you don't know who's gonna get in what. So that's the exciting challenge that it is. Like, dang, you don't even know what reps you're gonna get, so you gotta be ready for everything. That's how it is, in games also. So jot down the plays, understand conceptually what it is. I'll say from rookie minicamp and OTAs to now, I learned more in depth with everything, so I'm just excited I'm able to have this approach with things and take full advantage of it.
What about after practice?
Oh, after practice, for sure, I got to get a good meal in. So that's the first thing. Get a good meal in, recovery, of course, and then get on the iPad, watch everything. Then I can't give you too many details. When I go in practice, I gotta maximize my moments. So I gotta study our defense too. So that's what it is.
All of us keep getting asked the same question, and none of us have the answer. So maybe you could give us the answer. Why aren't you getting any reps with the ones at any point?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, it's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So I can never feel less than, in any circumstance.
I'm telling you, they did not like that answer. They be trying to see, this what I learned about folk. They'll say certain stuff and do certain stuff just to see your reaction. So if you give them the reaction they not looking for, they have that big smile on their face until you start talking and not giving that reaction that they looking for. Now, he didn't take the bait. He didn't take the bait. I'm telling you, Dion and then told him, deflect that hate. Deflect that hate, and you answer the question the right way. Because, like, what you think he was going to say? He was going to get mad and throw a tantrum? That what you wanted, Tony G? That what you wanted? You want him to say, man, I can't believe I ain't getting 13 rep. They need to go ahead and put me in. All the other quarterbacks suck. That what you want him to say? Well, you can go write your little article and say, see, I told you. That's what you wanted to do, but he ain't do that. He ain't do that. Come on now. Like I'm saying, boo-boo the fool. Boo-boo the damn fool.
Your dad went down and visited Shiloh.
Yeah.
So is he going to come here and visit you as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm telling you, when I tell you I was cut off from the world, I ain't. it been hard to even make phone calls, obviously, because you got to have the decompress time, for sure, after practice. So but recently I just been following up with the other former like Buffalo players and stuff like that. So that's really who I've been talking to.
Sure, when you say that, there's been a little bit of everything as far as when you first got here to now, just
in what regard?
It's just as far as like growth and adjusting and
things
like that. But what's been the most impactful or significant point for you since you came in that rookie mini camp to now as you get into the early part of training camp?
In the football world.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's hard to answer that, because what's important and what I feel like the biggest thing could have been last week is could have what I just learned today or yesterday. So it's always consistent growth, and it always feels like I just saw a puzzle or anything, like, all the time. So regardless if it's even relationships with the O-line, relationships with the receivers, talking to Denzel, playing with him, like playing with all the DBs, different type of stuff like that, it's always big. It's always a big moment. So I can't say what's exactly the biggest moment. I'll say just even connecting with the kicker, like in the sauna, just talking about God and everything. Like, it's a lot of different moments and like unscripted things that just happen. So that could be the biggest moment.
Shedeur, we heard from Bill Musgrave today. What's it been like working with him, especially knowing your dad has spoken so highly of him before?
Yeah, Coach Musgrave cool. Yeah, he real cool. And he always tells you definitely old terms. Like he's like a history book. Like, he tells you so many stories about different things. So it makes the room definitely it's a bunch of different age ranges in the room. So it makes everything like, dang, he remembers a lot of stuff from back then.
Have you met him before?
I don't know. It's new stories every day. So it's like, and I'm fully bought in.
Had you ever met Bill before coming to Cleveland?
I would say probably in what was before you got drafted, whatever that was.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, the pre-draft process for sure. Yeah,
but I mean, like before that, you hadn't met him.
I don't think so, and I don't remember back then. Probably not.
We know you have a huge following. Fans are gonna be out here the first time today. First time you get to practice in front of Browns fans.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that's gonna be like? What do you think the reception is gonna be like?
I'm definitely focused on getting completions when I get out there. So the external is cool. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for all y'all coming out here, being able to document everything. and doing what y'all got to do. But hey, when I get out there, I'm not thinking about it external. I'm thinking about more, in the organization, thinking about getting the play calls, executing my job, doing what I got to do.
Shedeur, you got time for a couple more? You've actually been involved in the community a lot since coming to Cleveland, helping out fans, like fire at the apartment. What do you think about Cleveland so far? How do you like it? How have you felt with the fans that you've met so far in town?
Yeah, it's exciting. Whenever we had the KFC thing, it was so many people there. It was crazy. So that type of stuff is just cool because, like I say, you live each day at a time. You don't know when anything happens. You could be alive one day and pass the next day. So it's like I like to be able to at least make my impact, and for you to actually, feel my energy while I'm here. While I'm alive and why anybody else here, because who knows, anybody could get a job somewhere else and then be gone the next day, and all you have, the last thing is just the last memory. So I want to at least make sure, my impact and what I'm remembered for, here will always be good at any point.
Shedeur, what do you feel like the biggest adjustment for you has been going from college now being here, whether it's something on the field, whether it's the schedule now changing off the field? What has that been like?
I would say definitely like Shiloh not being there. I would say that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest change. Cause Shiloh, he's the type to always find out and set up all like the housing stuff or set up all the different stuff. So now it's definitely a lot of responsibilities I gotta take care of now.
Can I just follow up on that real quick? We've seen a lot of guys, come through here, rookies, and especially when you're so close to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys do get homesick. They don't adjust well to a new city. It doesn't really seem like you're having that problem. But I mean, is it so different to be in a completely new environment away from? I mean, you're so close to Shiloh, so close to your dad.
Yeah.
How has that gone for you just to be here in your whole new digs?
Well, I got a home here, so I'm comfortable. So, so I'm extremely comfortable, and we talk on FaceTime, so it's no different. Like, yeah, we're guys. Like, we're just gonna be on FaceTime, so it's no truly difference. I'll say, but one thing he definitely gives me tips and stuff. So I've got like a cold press juicer, and then like I've been having to do that because he lived like 3 doors down from me in Colorado, and I just walked to his house, get juice, but now I got to do it myself. So that's the hardest adjustment with everything. But other than that, I'm thankful for y'all coming out, thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Man, look here. I was trying not to talk so we could see the whole thing, but listen to it because it was real low. But look here. I was reading y'all comment. But it was Mary Kay and Tony G's session. They asked their questions. And after what we just seen, him still not getting no one rep, not even one. I don't understand. I don't understand what this dude doing. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. It's getting ridiculous. Like I told y'all, man, it about to be. I need to find that picture. What that boy bad that he do right here. Think he had it on here. When they had the little shop up. They had the little shop up there. I probably ain't gonna be able to find it. Nah, I seen it on my phone. But they had the little pop-up shop selling the merch. They had 2 Shedeur Sanders jerseys up there. Flag. What you mean by flag, man? Someone showing everyone that he would not be prayer. Nah, he ain't. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if they trying to get under his skin by doing it, and they want to get a reaction. Like I said, people do stuff on purpose so they can see a reaction out of you. I don't know if that's what they doing or like, cause what we seeing on the field, you know, we don't see nothing wrong. We doing bad or wrong. But if you not getting the opportunity to run with the ones, then how can you say he not ready? I knew they weren't gonna make it easy for him. Cause I told y'all, my opinion, my scenario is that he did Brown's punishment because they gave Deshaun Watson that $230 million contract. And I'm gonna stand by that. If I'm the only one saying that, I'm gonna stand by that because that's my opinion. That's what I think is going on. They could collateral collusion against Shedeur because of the Deshaun Watson contract. The NFL verdict didn't come out that they decided in January until last month because they were colluding against Shedeur in the draft. That's why they put all them narratives out so you can't file a grievance. So they could get away with it. That's my opinion. All this is my opinion. I ain't trying to get sued. Like I told her, I'm about to get that whiteboard for real. Who told me to get a whiteboard last night? I'm about to get one for real, and I'm gonna break this thing down, write it on that board, and we're gonna start putting 2 and 2 together to make 4, 2 plus 4 to make 6. We're gonna do all that. 2, 6 to 8, and 8 to 10. We're gonna put it all together. Collateral collusion, Lily. Collateral collusion. They can't control Shedeur. They can't control Shedeur for as basically making him bend the knee to them. So it's like, we can't control you. We're going to let the Browns take it because they almost started something that was going to make all the owners lose their power or the leverage they do have. And so this your punishment. The draft Shedeur, the one we can't control, and y'all gonna deal with him. Y'all gonna deal with him. Y'all gonna deal with all that media he bring. Y'all gonna deal with the questions. Why he not starting? Is he gonna start? Why he ain't get refs with the ones? The scrutiny. But at the same time, don't nobody talk about that the Browns didn't pick up Kenny Pickett 5th-year option. So if you ain't pick up Kenny Pickett 5th-year option and you talking about he gonna be the starter, why don't you go ahead and re-sign him right now then? Let me get my close up. So why don't you go ahead and re-sign Kenny Pickett right now? If you believe in him that much to be the starter, re-sign him right now. Y'all declined his 5th-year option for a reason. You wanted him on a 1-year contract. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I am, Miss Pamela. I'm working on it. I know what I bring. Exactly. You know what he bring. What I'm saying is, if you believe in Kenny Pickett that much, or Joe Flacco, you will sign them to at least a 2 to 3 year deal. You got Joe Flacco on a 1-year deal. You got Kenny Pickett on a 1-year deal. Why would you say Kenny Pickett gonna be the starter and you believe in him if you're not re-signing him? Now, if he play good, you can't get him at a discount. They ain't forgot what? They can't forget. They the one declined it. Clyde coming in with the Bible reference. All I'm saying is, if you're going to keep Kenny Pickett, now you got to sign him to a long-term deal that potentially could be more than what you would have got him for if you picked up his fifth-year option. I don't know. But all I do know is 12 ain't getting no reps. And it ain't no quarterback competition. So quit calling it a quarterback competition if all the quarterbacks ain't in the competition. You already got your mind made up. They only got one more practice tomorrow before they have Sunday off. And Kevin himself said they're going to start making a decision. So if 12 don't get no first team reps tomorrow, then he wasn't never in the decision.
Some senseless violence against to this football team. So, and if we
backer with the linebacking core, it's such
due to injury or retirement or whatever, there's do maximize every rep and minute that we have with these young men. I don't want to speak for Jordan, so I'll let him. I support.
Is that what you call opportunity period?
He made.
Kevin, yesterday at the end of practice, is that what you call opportunity period?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that something more of?
We've always done that. I am thinking. I asked Coach Schwartz if I can rebrand it to Hungry Dogs because Coach has a great line that hungry dogs run faster. So that may just be called our Hungry Dog period. But that's copyright. That aren't getting a ton of reps. Let's go get a team period yesterday where we'll do, some of the guys that aren't getting but the idea there is, some of the guys that aren't getting a ton of reps. Let's go get a team period yesterday where we'll do skills and drills today. We'll do a 7-on-7 another day. It's just an opportunity for those guys to get better.
Kevin, I know you've been asked a lot about Shedeur since just all the attention, all the focus, everything that he generates, as he says, content. How impressive you've been just the way he's handled all of that's come his way.
Yeah, I think Shedeur does a nice job of keeping the main thing. He's working very hard in the building, in the meeting room, in the weight room, out here on the field. He's working hard and keeping his head down. And attention that comes with it in this day and age, that's something that our guys do a great job of off the field, is including our fans and what they're doing, but he does a great job of keeping the focus where it needs to be.
This man just lied to our face. He just straight up lied. Look at it.
Everything that he generates, as he says,
7 of reps. Let's go get a team period yesterday where we'll do skills and drills today. We'll do a ton of but the idea there is, some of the guys that aren't getting a ton of reps. Let's go get a team period yesterday where we'll do skills and drills today. We'll do a 7-on-7 another day. It's just an opportunity for those guys to get better.
Y'all just see how you answer that question? And then watch how you answer this Shedeur question.
Kevin, I know you've been asked a lot about Shedeur since just all
Why?
the attention, all the focus, everything that he generates, as he says, content. How impressive you've been just the way he's handled all of that's come his way.
Yeah, I think Shedeur does a nice job of keeping the main thing. He's working very hard in the building, in the meeting room, in the weight room, out here on the field. He's working hard and keeping his head down. And attention that comes with it in this day and age, that's something that our guys do a great job of off the field, is including our fans and what they're doing, but he does a great job of keeping the focus where it needs to be.
How
get a team period, great line that hungry dogs run faster. So that may just be called our Hungry Dog period.
You know what I'm saying?
He does
head more down.
His
head more tilted down.
Yeah, I think all those things are.
He was talking with more energy.
Yeah, I think all those things are what we'll work through, Tony. I don't think that we're setting a depth chart in any way.
Since
he just lied again.
We asked him about the fact that he really hasn't gotten a chance to work with the starters yet. I know it's only been 2 days.
Look how he switched back.
Will we see a little bit more of that, or maybe the twos or something like that today, tomorrow?
Yeah, like I told you guys, we'll continue to rep these guys throughout the last couple days.
That's why I say Mary Kay asked him some good questions. She asked him some good questions. But he not lying when he say this, because he say the same answer twice. He already got this scripted in his head. That's how he said the same. She asked him about the quarterback depth chart and Shedeur again, and he gave the same answer twice.
Mm-hmm. But will we see a little bit more of that, or maybe the twos or something like that today, tomorrow?
Yeah, like I told you guys, we'll continue to rep these guys throughout the last couple days. Next week, we'll move guys around. I think for any of our players, it's really just focusing on what you have in front of you, and he's done a great job of that.
Is Mike Woods going to be out there today?
Mike will be out here today. He's dealing with a hand injury, but he may be, if he's not out here, he's inside getting treatment.
So there was you signed a receiver this morning. Did that have anything to do with?
Everything has everything to do with everything, Scott. It's all connected. Yeah, yes.
No drum forward today.
Not today, but progressing. He's close.
Kevin, was that period at the end, that red zone at the end, where Shedeur was out there yesterday? There's some bad snaps. I think there's a penalty. I guess what are the coach notes off of that, especially for him, and maybe how he can handle that when things are going badly around?
Well, offensively, we have to do a much better job there. We had too many operational issues, just center quarterback exchange. We had a false start. So we can do a better job. And then, we repeated those plays so we could get some reps. But I think there's opportunities for quarterbacks. Even there will be a play where the quarterback is likely sacked, if you're playing real football. But we continue to play as quarterbacks so that we can get a rep of off schedule, get a rep of scramble drill. So even in those moments where, things didn't go the way that you want them, it's not clean, it's not 3 and a hitch balls out, I think there's still plenty to learn from those reps.
This dude don't never give a straight answer about Shedeur. When it comes to the football, if he talking about Shedeur personality and what he doing, he can give a straight answer. But on the field, he don't never give a straight answer. If he talking about Shedeur on the field, somebody ask him a question about Shedeur on the field, he never give a straight answer. He always include us as a quarterback room, other quarterbacks, all the guys. He don't never say Shedeur. Deflecting, line. Like I just told y'all, look, this man, when he know how he gonna answer the question, he got more interjected. He could be using his hands. But when they ask him something he know he about to lie about, that man tense up.
Would it be easier though, or I don't know if easier is the right word, but when you are watching a guy like Shedeur and the center snap exchanges going, it's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to see him work with some higher level of talent to see what he can actually do with those?
Yeah, I think I understand the question. I would say we will continue to rep the guys with different teams, centers, all of that. And that was we need to be better in that period there, Mary Kay, which we will be today. But I was saying earlier, everything our players do it's an all-encompassing evaluation. It's never going to be about one player, one period here and there. It's going to be about everything they do, including, this preseason.
Yeah. He just said the same answer he said before. Like I told you, when he know what he gonna say and answer, he good. But when he about to lie,
he said himself he was not happy with last season.
She ain't get him, Amber. He said the same answer he said the first time. He don't never give a. She directly asked about Shedeur. Directly asked about him. He said the same thing that he said before.
So, what have you seen from him? I know it's only a couple of days here, but even camp and all that,
maybe better?
Yeah, MJ's a very determined young man. I appreciate that he feels like he didn't play at his best. I mean, he's right. He's got such a high ceiling. We've seen him play at such a high level over the course of time. He will bounce back, and it's there's no secret to it. There's no magic wand. It's just from him working really, really hard. He's a kid that is in here all the time, constantly working at his craft, working on his body. So I expect him to have a big bounce back year.
Kevin, Dylan was talking about like when he's not getting actual reps, the stuff he does.
Samson or Gabriel?
What's that? Oh, Dylan Gabriel. When he's not getting actual reps, you know, he values those mental reps and things like that. What are your expectations of these guys when they're not actually taking reps?
It's a good question. I think if you watch behind you have one player in there, right? A lot of times you'll see the quarterbacks behind walking through the play as it's happening, about 20 yards behind. I think that's one way to get it. I think we have the.
I told you. Jay, look how you talking about Dylan Gabriel. Look how you open up.
You know, he values those mental reps and things like that. What are your expectations of these guys when they're not actually taking reps?
It's a good question. I think if you watch behind you have one player in there, right? A lot of times you'll see the quarterbacks behind walking through the play as it's happening, about 20 yards behind. I think that's one way to get it. I think we have those walkthrough rooms up there where you can put it on a specific angle where you can get a full speed rep, and it's a turf floor in there, so you can take a drop. So that's one way to replicate it. But the term we've used is we're trying to steal reps any which way we can. Of course, the absolute best way is to be in the moment and get that rep. Unfortunately, you're not going to get every single rep. So how you find ways to steal those, you have to get creative about it. Good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm telling you, man. I still might do it. Shedeur got to get in that VR. Shedeur got to get heavy on that VR, man. Because I don't know how he feel about it personally, but just thinking how I did with Jaden Daniels, tremendous, wonders. So at this point, he not getting on the field like that. He ain't getting the opportunity to run with the ones like that. So it's like, bro, you gonna have to get in that VR and put that work in. That man was lying straight to our face. I just noticed it. I'm like, this dude, when he answers a Shedeur question, he's so tense and tight because he know he lying. But when he know what he about to say, when somebody asks him about Shedeur, it flow off and he say the same thing. This ain't the first time he done did it. When he was on the radio show on ESPN in Cleveland, he said the same answer twice when they asked something about Shedeur. That's what I'm saying, Val. See, he need to do it heavy. But when he know what he gonna say with them Shedeur questions, he say the same answer twice. When he don't know, then when he tense up, he be lying. I just noticed that. They can't say nothing, miss, anyway. They trying to keep their check. They ain't gonna say nothing.
This quarterback competition is between three guys for the starting position. It's Joe Flacco, it's Kenny Pickett, and it's Dylan Gabriel. It is not Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was a complete afterthought for the Browns in the draft. They passed on him 6 times. They took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd, identified Gabriel as the guy they wanted to bring into their offensive system, and develop. Shedeur Sanders just happened to be there in the 5th round. The Browns were perfectly fine with any other team taking him. It just got to a point where the value was too good for them to pass up, and their analytics said, you better just go ahead and get this guy. He's a quarterback. He's got first-round pedigree, blah, blah, blah. So they drafted him. But make no mistake, Shedeur Sanders is the last guy on the quarterback depth chart for the Browns. That's not me saying that's how I feel like it should be. That's not me saying I think they're doing the right thing or the wrong. I'm just saying you need to understand Shedeur Sanders is not a priority for the Browns right now in training camp. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the week 1 starter, how this quarterback depth chart is going to shake out, and that competition, like I have said multiple times here, is between Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. There aren't enough receivers. There aren't enough players. There isn't enough time to run a 4 quarterback rotation evenly or even remotely equally during training camp. Shedeur Sanders is throwing to equipment managers and things like that. It is not going to happen unless something just crazy happens during training camp or they trade one of Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. I don't see how this quarterback rotation depth chart changes during the rest of the summer.
Bro, I'm at the point now, if you just gonna just play Dylan Gabriel then. Just play Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, they're getting ridiculous. Said it to him out. Wow. You must have a cramp. Know what they just said. I'm trying to wait for the clip to come out before I get off, but they ain't coming out fast enough. Shit, get some extra work. They went out there that long. Brown finna practice with a set of 11-on-11, driving down the field. Flacco ran 1, Sanders ran the 2s, and Dylan Gabriel ran the 3s. They ain't say that on the Western, ain't. Y'all reading it? What a quarterback track at? I need to see it now. They ain't say that on the live. Did y'all hear that on the live? They were here. Y'all was they were here. They ain't say that. Let me follow that guy. They ain't say that on the live. Hold on, I'm trying to see. So he posting stuff. Okay.
Mayo! 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 Mayo!
The tall guy in the cage. I ain't hear him say that.
Mayo! Mayo!
Yeah, so those fans leaving. Yeah. You got to keep the word right with the one tomorrow. You got to.
Mayo!
But he putting it out. So let me stay on here right quick. I'm just gonna keep refreshing. Working on this now. It's James with Center Brady at the present following some box now. In the first couple of days of camp, I guess Blaver came on for one play. I get this the only 13 reps we can do about to get.
Mayo!
This might be the only 13 reps that they'll get. Wow. This literally might be the only 13 reps that they'll get. G-Boy gonna be there tomorrow. Myles Garrett, the big dude. I'm just saying. He's going to get Myles Garrett. Like, come on now. Let me go back. Hold on. I be having so many tabs, though. I be forgetting where they at. I thought I had ESPN Cleveland up. I guess not. Oh, here you go. Here you go right here. Boom. Let me zoom in a little bit. Day 3 of Brown training camp is in the books. Here's how all 4 quarterbacks performed in drills. Dang, that thing. Flacco 4 for 11, Shedeur 5 for 8, Pickett 2 for 6, Gabriel 4 for 8. They ain't gonna talk about Pickett though. And that's with the tools. Look. Look. Did the second day, Flacco done went 4 for 10, 4 for 11. And this time, Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel got the same amount of reps. Kenny Pickett got less. They might be, I ain't gonna say, I ain't speaking too fast. I ain't speaking 2 for 6. Exactly. 2 for 6. They ain't gonna talk about that. They are not about to talk about that. Let Shedeur go 3 for 8. They're gonna talk, they're gonna be everywhere. Now I know Kenny Pickett 2 for 6. What you talking about? Who they getting them with? Man, look at here. I don't want to hear nothing. I answered on this. The next level question the other day: foul or fair? The way the reps being divided up for the QBs does for foul. Look here. Ain't nobody bringing out no clip but Buddy. He ain't dropped no more. Ain't dropped no more.
$8803 Braxton Road or bookfitedsun.com.
We've got every play of every game and every throw of every practice. The ESPN Cleveland Quarterback Tracker. Follow at ESPN Cleveland. It's time to go across the sports world.
I'm going to put you guys up now.
Baby, you know what time it is. It's time for the next level to go against the spread.
That's right. Every week we pick 2 games against the spread and made the best man win. Nick Paulus has the standing so far.
That I do. You and I both went 2-0 last week. Keep on rolling. Gerard, not so much. Not so much. Again. 0-2 again.
Good gosh.
You have some of the worst luck right now whenever it comes to these fun little bets that we have.
Fade me.
Fade you for sure. Again, E and I both went 2-0 last week. Gerard went 0-2. Let's start off with I'm in the lead right now with 30-22 on the year. Emmett, you are in second, 21-31, still 9 games back. Gerard, you are 16-36. Ouch.
You got to say it like that.
Well, I mean, ain't no other way to say it, though.
Exactly. E, why don't we start off with you? Give us your picks for this week.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with the WNBA.
I see you 99.
They've been doing pretty well for me. I'm taking the Lynx -9.5 over the.
Come on, man. I don't even like them like that. Thought they were gonna be talking. They probably did it earlier, but I'm trying to wait for more clip. That's the only reason why I'm still on. That look like all we gonna get. That look like all we gonna get. They got Dylan Gabriel trending. What he trending for? Oh, here we go. I closed. Hold on. About to own the clip. It look like the only clip. Bro, gotta get a fee or something. You can't that thing. I mean, he is a rookie though. They'll make it, yeah. They make any rookie pick up the cone.
History of Browns training camp. Shedeur Sanders. Apparently, Kenny Pickett yesterday threw quite possibly the worst pass in the history of Browns training camp. Shedeur Sanders apparently is throwing not to receivers, but to equipment guys. They've got equipment guys like Jug snapping him the ball and then also running the routes. I don't know. Mahomes is throwing to Kelsey. Shedeur is throwing to equipment guys. Okay. Dylan Gabriel looks like the best quarterback in camp. Joe Flacco looks old. I don't know, 4 for 10 yesterday. But Chris, I'm starting to think that once the season starts, we're actually going to utter the name Dylan Gabriel more than we will the name Shedeur Sanders. Apparently, Kenny Pickett.
At that point. Who it is? At 12 here. That had a zip on that thing. That boy Deontay Johnson out there with the 13 in. Dang. How my video pop up? Both of them. Look at this. All three of them. Back. Yeah, they're the same clip. Look at Prime Equity. Ooh. Where that date stamp? July 13th. Everybody got the same clip.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah. Okay, little Shedeur Sanders. Let's go. Okay.
Shedeur Sanders apparently is throwing not to receivers, but to equipment guys.
Let me go back to Buddy real quick. Man, it ain't nothing else. That was the last clip, I think. I'm about to go ahead and get all that thing, man. I appreciate y'all for coming. The way he done said now. They got to follow me too, man. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. Just hit that like button. That's all I need. That boy be in my live all the time. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tell your friend about that Moneymane. You already know, man. And I'm probably more than likely I ain't gonna get back on tonight unless something just blow you out the water, information just come out. But hey, expect me to be live tomorrow morning because the Browns practicing in the morning. So we probably gonna go live tomorrow morning to see if Shedeur do get them 13 reps. So yeah, we gonna see. Hopefully they be live again. I don't know if the fans gonna be out there or not. But it is what it is. Appreciate y'all.
Started from the bottom of the bottom. Downtown stand up.
We gon' make it even when the rent was late. Daddy gone, mama cried, I still pray. Brown town, baby, came up with the weight. Now I'm up, gold wrist, crown of faith. We gon' make it till they try to block the door. Turn that paint into the product, now I on the floor. They ain't think I rise, they ain't see the core. Now I'm ice cold focused, but my soul still warm.
Still breathing. Run it up. Run it up. Opulence.
Came from the silence, came from the grief. Daddy left early, now I lead like a chief. Brown town bricks, we was stacking belief. Now I talk wealth from the pulpit to the street. Used to share meals, now I share game. Put a plan in motion, now we building names. My brand got purpose, my chain got pain, but my future got prime. That's a whole new lane.
I'm talking ownership. That generational pressure. Still stood tall.
Sure. But we gon' make it even when the rent was late. Daddy gone, mama cried, I still pray. Brown town, baby, came up with the way. Now I'm up, gold wrist, crown of faith. We gon' make it, they try to block the door. Turn that paint into the product, now on the floor. They ain't think I rise, they ain't see the core. Now I'm ice cold focused, but my soul still warm. I ain't just rap, I'm a whole enterprise. Built funnels, flip merch, now my money multiplies. From basement closets to luxury designs. That brown town thread came stitched with fire. Tears dried up, but the grind stayed loud. They ain't see me cry, but they gon' see the crown. This for everybody with a dream and doubt. Still got hurt, but I never bowed out.
You feel that? Built for this. Legacy moves only.
We gon' make it. No silver spoon, but the place still sacred. Brown town lions in the jungle, but we gracious. Daddy gone, but I rose up courageous. Now the world gon' know what my name is.
Moneymane. Woe iniquity. Brown town forever. Still made it.